with creating a schematic and a PCB layout. We will be building a full bridge rectifier, which is used almost everywhere. Okay, to give you an overview, we'll be creating this layout. Okay, this is a layout for a full bridge rectifier, 4 diodes, a filtering capacitor, okay, voltage regulator, and input and output terminals. This is the PCB schematic, and this is the PCB layout. Okay, these yellow things you can see over here, these are the footprints. Okay, on these footprints, as you can see, these components are fixed, diodes are placed on these footprints. The terminal block is placed on this footprint, capacitor is placed on this footprint. This is a transistor outline TO220 package. The regulator IC is fitted on this footprint. This is also a filtering capacitor, and this is the output screw terminal. So we'll be building a schematic as well as PCB layout. Let's go from the start. Okay. For building a schematic and PCB layout, we will use a software called KiCad. KiCad is a free software. Okay, there are many other softwares like this. You can use any. This is a free version, so we are using it. Okay. And in documents KiCad folder, I've created a rectifier folder. I have called this folder V1, the earlier version. What I'm doing is I'll create one more version, V2. Okay, this is version 2. Okay, I'm creating it for you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Screen is not visible.
Okay, wait. I'll just share the screen. Okay, fine. Let's start again. So to create this PCB, we will use the software called KiCad. I'll open it. Okay. In File, I'll go to New and click on Project. In Project, I'll create a folder called V2, version 2, in the rectifier folder, and I will call this file as V2. Okay, so simply we have to create a new project. Okay, the new project will have 2 files. One is the schematic and one is the PCB. Okay, so let's see the schematic part. Okay, so in the schematic part, what I will do is, okay, to add a symbol, just click on this button over here. Okay, this button over here, you can click on it. And then click on the schematic. Okay. First thing that I will require is a screw terminal. Okay. And I will require a 1/2 screw terminal. Basically, what I'll be doing is I'll be connecting my transformer to this screw terminal. Okay. Now, if I want to rotate this, I'll just press R on my keyboard and rotate it. And to place it, I'll just click it with the mouse. So I've placed my screw terminal now. Next, what I'll do is, again, I'll add a component. Okay, I'll just click on this place symbol and then click on the schematic. And over here, I will search for 7812. Okay. Now in this 7812, select the TO220 package, this one. The TO220 package, select it and insert it in your circuit. But before that, we require diodes, and the diode number is 1N4007. Okay. I'll just press OK. Again, to rotate, just press R on the keyboard, it will rotate. And I'll place my first diode. Now to place the second diode, what I'll do is I'll just keep my mouse pointer on it and press C to copy. It will copy the diode. You can pull your mouse and you can place it anywhere on the keyboard. Similarly, I'll place two more diodes to form a bridge rectifier. Press C and then place the diode over here. Okay, your four diodes are placed. Next, what I will require is a capacitor. So I'll click on place symbol and then I'll click on the schematic. Here I will just type C and I will select something called as a polarized capacitor, CP. I'll click on OK and place this polarized capacitor. Now the next component that I require is 7812 regulator IC, and I will select this TO220 package and I will place it over here. I also require a disk capacitor, so I'll just type C, okay, and I'll use this unpolarized version for it. So I'll place this unpolarized capacitor over here. And lastly, again, I need a screw terminal at the output. I'll place the screw terminal over here. If you're wondering what a screw terminal is, I will tell you what it is. Basically, in this circuit, I will want to connect a transformer, a 12-volt transformer. My PCB. Okay. And to connect it, what I'll do is I'll be using something called a screw terminal, wherein I can screw in all these wires. So I'll be using these screw terminals over here. So this is the screw terminal part. The rest are capacitor, 7812. Okay, I will show you all these components one by one. So I showed you a screw terminal. The next component that I'll show you is a diode. So this is what your diode looks like, 1N4007. The next component is 7812 voltage regulator. This is what your voltage regulator looks like. Okay. Next is a radial capacitor or an electrolytic capacitor. It is something like this. And a disk capacitor. This is a disk capacitor. So all these components are being used in the PCB. Now next what I'm going to do is I'm going to place all the wires. Okay, so I'll just click on place wire and connect all these terminals. So I'll connect these diodes. I'll connect this capacitor. You have to just click and join. Okay, wait. Now I just want to move this 7812 IC. So I'll just click on it, press M and move it. Okay, so I've already moved it. Now I'll connect this. I'll connect ground. You just have to click and connect. That's it. Now your circuit, if you're in an industry, your circuit will be looked upon by many people. And if it's a complicated circuit, and if you want someone to troubleshoot it for you, you need to keep it neat and symmetric. So you can notice that I've kept this circuit very neat and symmetric. Okay, so that if I give this circuit to anyone else to read it, it will be very easy for him or her to read it. Okay. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to place a ground terminal. So here you can see there is something called as a place power port. I will click on place power port, click it over here, and I will search something called I'll be searching something called as ground or earth. Okay, so I'll search for ground and I will place it here. Also, what I'll do is I will place a wire over here and connect it. And here I want to place a terminal saying that it is 12 volts. So again, I'll go to this place, click on place power port and put a plus 12 volt symbol over here. Okay, this plus 12 volt symbol, I'll be placing it over here. Okay, so it's very simple. Don't worry if you do not understand. I will be sharing the recording with you. Also, I've given a tutorial to you. You can go through the tutorial and it will be very easy for you to follow it. All the steps are there in it. It will hardly take you half an hour to learn all of this. So right now you can see my schematic is ready. Okay. Now after my schematic is ready, this capacitor does not have a value yet. So I'll give this capacitor a value. Okay, I will say it is 470 microfarad. Okay, 470 microfarad. And this capacitor I will give it a value of 0.1 microfarad. Another thing you'll notice is the screw terminal J, it does not have it's not annotated. Okay, it does not have any number like D1, D2, D3, D4. You can do it manually or else you can do it automatically. To do it automatically, there is something called as annotate. Okay, annotate means basically giving names. So to give these components its names, I'll just go here to tools and click on annotate schematic. And I'll just click over here, annotate and close it. As you can see, all these components are now given names. Okay. Now the next thing that I would want to do is I would like to generate a netlist. Okay, a netlist is basically it is a text file which says which component is connected to which. Okay. However, we won't be seeing all this text file and all. We just have to create something called as a netlist. So next I'll go here to tools and create something called as generate netlist. Okay, and just click here generate netlist and save it in the same folder. Save it in the same folder. Okay. Now after creating netlist, okay, what you will want to do is you will want to update the PCB from the schematic. Okay, so I would want my PCB to be developed from my schematic. So I'll do that, update PCB from schematic. So I'll click on that. Okay, wait. Now what I've done is I've not assigned a footprint for these components, J1, J2, C2, C1. I have not assigned a footprint for them. Okay. Footprint is basically, it's basically like shoes. Okay. So they are shoes for all these components and I've not given its footprint for them. So I will give it its footprint. Okay. I'll come over here to tools, assign footprint, and KiCad will have a library of footprints. Okay. So you do not have to make one of your own. You can use one of the existing footprints. So let's check. Okay, right now you can see C1, the capacitor, it does not have a footprint assigned. So what I'll do is I will click on C1 over here, and over here I can see something called as capacitor THT, through hole. Okay, so I'll click on that. And what I will do is I will select a radial capacitor. Okay, I will use a footprint with the radial capacitor with the pitch of 5 mm and diameter 10 mm. Okay, diameter 10 mm and pitch 5 mm. What I'll do is just right click on it and first view the footprint. Okay, so the diameter will be 10 mm and the pitch of the terminals is 5 mm. So I'll be using this capacitor. Okay, what I will do is I'll just click on C1, then double click on this capacitor with a diameter of 10 mm and pitch of 5 mm. So that footprint gets assigned over here. Next, this disk capacitor is there. I have to assign a footprint for that. So I'll look for a disk capacitor with a pitch of 2.5 mm. Okay, that is over here. I'll show you the footprint. See, this is the footprint for a disk capacitor. So I will just double click on it. Next, I will assign a footprint for the screw terminal. For screw terminal on the left side, you will go and will search for something called as a terminal block. In terminal block, you will look for this one. Okay, two terminal block with a 5.08 pitch. So I'll show you the footprint. The distance between these two terminals is 5.08 mm. Okay, and it's a two terminal block. So I'll just double click and assign it. And again for this, I'll double click and assign it. Okay, over. So we have assigned all our footprints. What we will do is apply save schematic and continue. Then we'll click on OK. So we have finished with this part. Now we'll go for the PCB. In the next step, what I'll do is I will go to open update PCB from schematic. Okay, so I'll say update PCB from schematic, and I'll say update PCB and then say close. Okay, so all of my components along with its footprints have come over here. You can see they are over here, and somewhere in the middle of the sheet, I'll just place it. You can zoom in and zoom out by scrolling. Okay, you can just scroll and zoom in and zoom out. Now comes placing the components. Okay, now you have to place the components in such a way that it is easy for you to understand, as well as it takes the least amount of board space. Okay, it should be as small as possible. So what I will do is I will click on each component. First I'll place J1. Okay, I'll place J1. I'll click on J1, press M to move it. Okay, R to rotate. Okay, and I will place J1 somewhere here on the board. Okay, now mostly what I like to do is I like to see the circuit and the PCB together. So I'll just press Windows and right arrow and take this circuit to the left. Okay, and the schematic to the left and this PCB layout on the right. I'll keep it like this, and then I will start developing my PCB. So first I've placed my terminal block. Next, I'll place all these 4 diodes. First, I'll place D1. Now, what I want to do is I want to save space. Okay, so I will place D1 in a different way. I'll just click on it, press M so that it moves. And I will rotate it in such a way that these connections are very easy. I'll rotate it in such a way that these connections are very easy to do. So I'll place D1 first. Okay. Now these fine lines that you can see, these are called rat's nest. It tells us which part is connected to which part. Now next component which I want is D3. I'll click on D3, press M for it to move. I will rotate it in such a way that it is very easy to connect all these components. Next, I will click on D4. I'll say move, press M and move this component. Okay, now one important thing over here, when you're doing all of this placement, you can set the grid as high as possible, say 100 mils. Okay, you can set the grid as high as possible, that is 100 mils. Okay, and you can use 100, 50, 25, so on. Okay, 100, 50, 25, so on. Okay, so I've set the grid to 100 mils now. Again, I'll click on the diode, press M, and move it and place it. Okay, I'll place all of this in a line. Now, since I just changed the grid, I'll have to align it properly. Wait. Okay, we have finished with this much part. We have placed all these diodes. And now what I'll do is I'll place this capacitor. Okay. Now one thing over here I'll mention, this particular way in which I've connected these diodes, this technique is called as snaking. Okay, you can see that it is going zigzag. This technique is called as snaking. Next, what I'll do is I'll take this capacitor. I'll move this capacitor and place it. You can rotate it. Press R and rotate. Okay. Next, I would like to place this voltage regulator. And this bypass capacitor. Just observe what I'm doing. Later on, you can try it on your own. Next, I'll place this jumper, this screw terminal. I will try to align it along this line if possible. Okay. So this is how I've placed all these components. Next, what I will do is I will connect all these components. Okay, so I'll go to track and I will click on edit predefined sizes. And over here in width, I'll give a track size of say 1 mm. And I'll give another track size of say 0.5 mm. And click on OK. What I will do is I'll select a track of 1 mm and start building all these tracks. Okay, so as per this rat's nest, I will connect all these components. I'll do all the easy connections first. Okay, now if you notice over here, this says it is front copper layer or up copper layer. Okay, I need something called as the bottom copper layer and it is in red color. Okay, so I'll click on this layer and now my track will come in this particular layer, the bottom copper layer, and it will be in red. And I'll connect this diode over here. Now I'll connect, see this line, this diode, see it's forming a snake-like pattern. This particular technique is called as snaking. Now see how I move around these components. Okay, so this part is done. Now I'll connect this capacitor. Okay. Now your circuit should not have a right angle bend. So I'll redraw this. Okay, see, you can connect it here also. It's not a problem. It's the same thing. So my circuit is developed right now. Now what I want to do is I want to give it a boundary. So I will go in another layer called as edge cuts, and I'll select this add graphic polygon and give this particular circuit a boundary. So I'll click. Okay, and double click over here. I've given this particular circuit a boundary, and this is how my PCB gets ready. Okay, now what I will do is I will give it its final touches. Okay, I want to give all these names. Okay, for example, now what you have to do is when you finish all this, you have to give it your name. Okay. Okay, and the name you can give it on top mask, F mask. Just click on text and you can click it here. So I'll write my name. Then I will say what class I am in. I'll say SE Electrical. Next, I'll give my roll number. I will call it 00. Okay. And then I'll give it a name. I will call it PCB Designing Workshop. And just place it. So I've placed all these components over here. Okay. Now this grid is actually causing a little problem. So I'll just change the grid to 10 mils and place everything rightly. Okay. I'll give this particular circuit a title. I will call it rectifier circuit. And revision, this one I'll call it 2.0. There are a lot of revisions. When you create a project, you create a lot of revisions. So this is my second revision. The first one I had made before. This is the second revision I've made. Okay, so I've made all these changes over here. Similarly, you can make the same changes over here also. Okay, I have done all that before. What I'll do is I'll just show you how to create a printout for this. Go to File, Print, say Color, and select all the layers and say Print. Okay, go to Microsoft Pinto PDF. And I will save it in version 2. Okay, I will call this schematic. It will get saved over there. Okay, so I will take a printout of both of these. Okay, and what I've done is I've already shared it with you on this Google Classroom. Okay, so if you go to your Google Classroom, I've given you your first assignment. Okay, your first assignment is to do the same thing. It is to do the same thing. Assignment 1. And you have to complete this by the 1st of November. Okay, it will hardly take you half an hour. You have to complete it by the 1st of November. And I have given you a copy of the files also over here. Okay, so your PCB layout. Okay, your PCB layout, it should have your name and all these details over here. Okay, you have to give this, you have to submit this, and all of it should have your name, okay, on it. You have to do it yourself, and you have to put your name over there, roll number, and all the details. And even the schematic you have to complete, and you have to put your roll number, date, and all that. You have to do it. Okay, so this is the sample file. You have to create this sample file. Okay, and what I will be doing is I will be sharing a recording also of this particular session. Okay, however, on Google Meet, it's a little not clear because you do not have a recording facility as such. But what I've done is I've given you a tutorial. Okay, if you go to stream and if you go to references, okay, I've given you a tutorial over here, learn KiCad very easily. So you can go through this tutorial and learn KiCad quickly. It will take you half an hour, and then try to create this schematic and PCB layout. Okay, so this is your first assignment. Okay, and I'm very glad to know many of you have already completed the first assignment also. Many students have completed the first assignment. The students who have completed the first assignment, your second assignment is you have to create your mini project. Okay, you have to create a PCB layout for your mini project. You can start with it and create that layout for the mini project. Okay, I'll be later on giving you a link over here to upload. Okay, right now whoever has completed, you can upload over here so that I can understand that whoever has completed that is their work. Okay, do it by Monday. Okay, and the people who have already completed, I know quite a lot of people who have completed it. People who have completed it, you can go for your mini project ahead. Okay, and if you have any questions about your mini project, you can post me on WhatsApp. I can help you out. If it is not solvable on WhatsApp, we can meet up in EN 0/6 when the college starts after the Diwali vacation, and we can create your mini project over here. Okay. So that's all for today's session. Do you have any questions as such? Okay, I got disconnected. Do you have any questions? Okay, then we will stop here for now. Or complete the assignment by Monday and submit it over there. Then you can start with your mini project. Okay, if you have any questions, you can post it to me on WhatsApp. Take care. Wish you all a happy Diwali and enjoy your vacation. Bye bye.